If you've ever wondered what would happen in a future where brain chips are available and how greedy tech companies would exploit us for quick cash, look no further. This video is about to put you into perspective. With the ever-growing impact of tech in our day-to-day life, this might just be the future nobody asked for, but for sure got. When a low-income couple find themselves on a deathbed, husband Mike is faced with the choice to either let his wife die or pay for a subscription that would turn her into a literal YouTube video, spewing ads every 5 seconds, making him go to extreme lengths to make sure he has the money ready for the ever-so-increasing plan prices. Mike and Amanda wake up to an alarm on the morning of their anniversary. After getting ready, Amanda heads to school, where she teaches a lesson on pollination. When class ends, she notices one girl staying behind and learns she's being teased for wearing old shoes. Amanda reassures her and sends her off. A colleague invites Amanda for drinks, but she declines due to her evening plans. Mike surprises her at the school with flowers and wears an old suede outfit from his younger days. They drive out of town to the restaurant where they were married, eat burgers, enjoy live music, and then rent a room. After being intimate, Amanda does some exercises to help improve their chances of conception. Mike suggests another round, but Amanda suddenly gets a migraine. Later, Amanda tells Mike she got her period and suggests selling the crib they bought. She's discouraged due to past miscarriages, but Mike insists on keeping it. At his job, Mike is asked to locate a coworker. He finds Shane in the office watching a show called Dumb Dummies, where people perform disturbing acts for money. Mike disapproves and tells him not to use the work computer for that. At school, Amanda teaches a lesson on solar panels, but she collapses mid-class. Mike is called at work and rushes to the hospital, where doctors inform him Amanda has a brain tumor that's inoperable. He struggles with the news, and the doctor mentions a risky, experimental treatment. While Amanda remains unconscious, Mike is approached at the hospital by a representative named Gaynor from a company called Rivermind. Rivermind specializes in advanced neurological tech that creates a digital backup of a person's brain and uploads it to a central server. This allows doctors to remove tumors and replace damaged brain sections with synthetic tissue that functions using signals from the backup. Mike expresses doubt, so Gaynor shows him photos of her own recovery after surviving a near-fatal accident using the same procedure. She claims she functions normally. Mike agrees to proceed. Gaynor explains that after surgery, Amanda will need to sleep 1 or 2 extra hours per night to manage the server's load. She also has to stay within Rivermind's network coverage, which currently includes the state with national expansion plan next year. The surgery is free, but the backup service costs $300 per month. Mike signs the contract. Amanda undergoes the procedure and recovers fully. Doctors expect her to go home within a week. Nurses call her recovery a miracle. On the way home, Mike tells Amanda about the backup system. She's relieved to be alive, but unsure about affording the monthly payments. Mike promises to take extra shifts and cut spending. They cancel plans to visit Mike's father in Europe, which Amanda couldn't do during recovery anyway. Mike drives slowly to be careful with Amanda, frustrating other drivers. Life resumes. Amanda returns to teaching, while Mike increases his overtime to keep up with expenses. Their schedules barely overlap. He wakes before she does and returns after she's in bed. He avoids snacks and drinks to save money. Meanwhile, Shane continues watching Dumb Dummies, where a man is now swallowing a pulled tooth on camera. Time passes. Their anniversary approaches again. Mike remembers and suggests they revisit the restaurant where they got married. Amanda agrees, but she doesn't show much enthusiasm. During the drive, Amanda notices Mike sniffling and suggests he rest, but he brushes it off, blaming fatigue from overwork. This leads to an argument about money and their financial struggles. Amanda suggests skipping the restaurant and celebrating at home. Mike insists they should honor their anniversary tradition, saying he needs the break. The argument escalates when Mike implies Amanda's job isn't as demanding because it's not manual labor. Distracted by the tension, Mike misses their highway exit. Suddenly, Amanda starts struggling to breathe and then loses consciousness. Mike panics, checks on her, and quickly turns the car around to head for the hospital. As soon as they re-enter their state's borders, Amanda regains consciousness with no symptoms. The next day, they meet with Gaynor. She explains that Amanda lost connection because Mike drove beyond Rivermind's network coverage. Mike denies it, saying he followed the map. Gainer says the company is currently upgrading their infrastructure for a new subscription plan that offers extended coverage nationwide. The upgrade would cost $800 per month. Amanda is upset, saying they can't afford that. Gainer reminds them they can continue using the basic plan if they stay within their current area. Over the following days, Amanda begins sleeping more and reports hearing a faint electronic whistling in her head. One morning during breakfast, she starts mixing up coffee types, confusing familiar drinks. At school, Amanda begins unknowingly inserting advertisements into her lessons. The students repeat the slogans, believing they are part of the curriculum. After class, a student seeks advice about his parents' divorce, and Amanda tells him to seek Christian counseling, another embedded ad. That night, Amanda and Mike try to be intimate, but she keeps interrupting with promotional lines for adult products. Mike stops and questions her behavior, but she remains unaware. When she randomly promotes a groin dysfunction gel, Mike realizes she's delivering ads involuntarily. The next day, they visit Gainer. She explains that these are standard commercial messages, part of a new feature Rivermind is testing. Amanda objects to the terminology, insisting they're ads, but Gainer says the only way to remove them is to upgrade to Rivermind Plus. The couple can't afford the higher tier plan, and Amanda calls the system unethical. At school, Amanda unknowingly promotes better shoes to the same student again. The principal later calls her in after complaints from parents about religious counseling being mentioned in class. Amanda tries to explain, but she's cut off by another ad targeting the principal directly. When Amanda returns home, she warns Mike that if the ads continue, she could lose her job. And without that, they won't even be able to afford the basic subscription. After she goes to sleep, Mike locks himself in the guest room, puts on a mask, and creates a Dumb Dummies account to earn extra income. The next morning, Amanda continues to speak in ads during breakfast. Mike uses the money he earned from the reality show to upgrade their subscription plan, which cuts off an ad mid-sentence. He tells Amanda the money came from working extra shifts and promises they'll return to their anniversary restaurant next year. At school, Amanda notices the boy she once advised is now avoiding her. Meanwhile, Mike keeps streaming on the reality platform, and viewer demands grow more extreme. Initially, he resists, but when he's reminded of the premium subscription fees, he gives in. One challenge results in him snapping his tongue in a mousetrap. Amanda starts sleeping up to 12 hours a night. They visit Gainer, who explains a recent system update increased the required sleep time. Amanda says the rest doesn't feel natural. She never dreams and wakes up exhausted. Gainer confirms it's not true sleep. Amanda is put into a sleep mode that redirects her brain's processing power to Rivermind servers. Had they stayed on the basic package, she'd be asleep 16 hours daily. The change is linked to the launch of Rivermind Lux, a higher tier plan that enhances the user's senses and allows them to borrow skills from other users through a mobile app. It costs an additional $1,000. Frustrated, Amanda leaves, but Mike asks about temporary vouchers. That night, desperate for money, Mike agrees to remove his mask on stream and perform a degrading act involving an object. The next day, he surprises Amanda with a 12-hour Lux voucher so they can take their usual anniversary trip. Amanda tests the app and immediately notices sharper senses. Food tastes better and music sounds clearer. When they're intimate, she enjoys it far more than Mike. Back at work, Mike hears coworkers whispering and finds a screenshot from his stream posted near the snack table. He tears it down and accuses Shane of leaking it, attacking him in front of others. As coworkers pull Mike away, Shane tries to leave but is accidentally hit by heavy machinery. Later, Mike returns home and tells Amanda he's been fired. She panics, worried that losing the premium plan will bring back the ads, threatening her own job. Mike suggests pleading their case, but when they meet with Gainer, she says there's nothing she can do. Mike admits he has been secretly saving money for a future baby. When Gainer hears about their plan to have a child, she explains that pregnancy adds a $90 monthly fee due to changes in brain activity. Frustrated, Mike insults her and the couple leaves. 1 year later, on their anniversary, two strangers arrive to purchase the baby crib. Mike learns they plan to burn it for a music video. He takes the payment and uses it to buy Amanda a 30-minute Rivermind Lux session. Amanda activates the app and boosts her serenity setting to the maximum. She then tells Mike it's time, but insists he follow through only when she's no longer conscious. Once the Lux session ends, Amanda begins repeating ads again. Mike follows through with their plan and suffocates her with a pillow. Afterward, Mike suffers a breakdown, takes a blade, and locks himself in a room. If it were me, I would ask for a legal document where the subscription plan can't be tampered with, seeing as we can't trust these tech companies anymore.